Hey everybody. Get you brought up here so I can see the comments. If you guys are going to talk to me today. I see Anna and Phyllis are watching. How are you two today? This is our tag we're going to make today. It's kind of simple, but I need simple because I got someplace to be at 6 o'clock. Going bowling. I haven't bowled since COVID. So, gonna go and see what that's about tonight. Hi, Debbie Jones. How's everything in Columbus, Georgia today? A little bit disappointed in my state and their inability to count. That's all I got for that. Okay. So, again, here's our tag. I put some jingle bells on it. So, this way you'll know if the grandbaby goes to getting the gifts, right? If it's tagged on there. So, and who doesn't have jingle bells that they can't use, right? So, let's use them. The next thing, I'm going to probably need you guys' help. I don't know what to do with these. I don't know. I need to put them on all the tags. I don't know. We'll figure something out together. We'll figure something out. Okay. So this is the one we're going to start with today. This crumb cake piece is 4 1/4 by 2. Okay. And then you punch it with the delightful tag topper. Mine's already punched. Then there's a background piece that is also 4 1/4 by 2. This one's not punched, so I'm going to punch it. This one's going to be red. I'm going to unlock the punch first. Slide it in. Give it a punch. So this one's going to look a little bit different. Just a little bit. I'll just have the red on the back. It'll be cute. Anyway, okay. So we're going to use watercolor pencils today. Do y'all have the watercolor pencils? And we're only going to use a couple colors. So if you want a simple, easy tag, this is it. But it's still really, really pretty. You love how real I am. Well, you know, Phyllis, let me tell you, there's only one of me. You can take it or you can leave it. Sometimes I try to be funny. You know, I try not to be hurtful. Because, you know, that's just wrong. Okay, so we're going to use the Christmas Gleaming stamp set. It's a carryover from last year. I'm so glad they carried it over. It has punches that matches both of the ornaments. We're not using them. Not using that today. Just this stamp and then the sentiment. Okay, so we're just going to stamp as randomly as you'd like this one image on your tag. Let me give you a tip about Memento ink. Sometimes when you tap, 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 like we do with all of our, because these ink pads are really, really soft, right? So we tap, 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 and we try not to smash. With a Memento ink, it's totally different. It's a hard felt ink pad. Completely different. So tap, 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 whatever. It's smash, smash, smash. Sometimes it doesn't work quite as well as we think it should. Especially with solid images. So, yes, we can use the Stamparatus, but on something like this, you wouldn't want to use the Stamparatus. See how light that is there? I don't think I did anything different. But here's what I'm going to show you how to work it. See that? You lay it down and kind of rub it around. You will have ink everywhere. for sure. So, try it. Let me know what you think. Okay. There's our images. Just like that. One image in different places. Clean that stamp set. That stamp. Okay. Now we're going to color. Watercolor pencils. I'm using white. Rainy Washington. It's not rainy here. It's cloudy. And it's about to be dark. But I'm using white. I'm using Old Olive and Cherry Cobbler. That's it. Then we're going to use the blender pen. Then we're going to use Stella. But these are the only colors that I'm using. But on crumb cake, I don't know if you've ever colored on crumb cake. But we're going to start out with a white base. Now this doesn't have to be... I'm kind of coloring like a first grader. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. You just want a base layer of... I didn't say that first graders couldn't color well. That's not what I said. I'm probably shaking the camera because I'm pushing kind of hard. Because I like to have a lot of white. It gives it a good base. Am I shaking the camera? Don't get sick. If you get seasick, just close your eyes. I love using watercolor pencils. We did, for my team, once a month my team comes to my house and we have tribe time. I love tribe time. I love my team. My team is awesome. They're amazing people. One lady asked if we could use color pencils. I'm like, sure. So we used the color pencils in at least 4 different ways that day. So to teach them that, you know, there's more than one way to use a color pencil. And you can have a whole set for $12. 12 and a half. Something like that. And now there's 2 different sets. So you can have a whole bunch. I have a whole bunch. I have some that were in some of the kits that are retired. They're all Stampin' Up! Watercolor pencils. Some of them are retired. Okay, and let me give you another tip here. Do you know how to sharpen a watercolor pencil? And I know that sounds kind of silly, because it's a pencil. And of course, we know how to sharpen a pencil. But the watercolor pencil lid is very, very soft. So when you sharpen the watercolor pencil, and you can Google this, I'm not lying. You want to twist the pencil sharpener. Not the pencil. When you twist the pencil, you put all the pressure on the lid. Don't do that. And don't make it terribly sharp. Just do it a little bit so now you can start coloring again. Because if you make it too sharp, it'll also break. And then I just cry and start all over again. But, yeah, twist and find a good sharpener. Find a good sharpener. I think I got this one at, I don't know, those box stores that shall not be named. You know, the initials are Hobby Lobby. But in their watercolor section, they'll have a good sharpener. You need a good sharpener. And then hide it from your children and your grandchildren and your husband. Put it in your craft drawer where they will never look for it. Like with your ribbon scissors. Okay. So now we are going to color the leaves. And this is Old Olive. This is an old one. This is an old pencil. I took this to my first on stage, which is why there's a label on it that has my name. We did a shoebox swap. Have y'all ever done a shoebox swap? A shoebox swap is fun when you do it with people that understand the rules. I know, again, it looks like a kindergartner did it. We're going to fix it, okay? Stay with me. Hang with me. I'm not a kindergartner. I'll show you so you'll trust me, okay? We're going to use the blender pen. And the blender pen just blends it all together. See? So again, I know I color like a 6-year-old. So shoebox swap. Let's talk about a shoebox swap. A shoebox swap, let's say if I'm going to be in a shoebox swap, I take, and we have to make 10 cards. I will take everything in my box that needs to be made for 10 cards. I'll take all of the card kits with all of the pieces cut out. And then I'll take all of the ink and the stamps and the whatever it takes. Like in this case, I would take all of, all of this stuff and put it in the shoebox. Now, when you get to the shoebox swap, you put on a table someplace in a designated space. And then because you brought 10 cards, now you get to make 10 cards because everybody brought 10 cards, right? Should work out. I'm pretty good at math. That's the way it works. So you take off and you start making 10 cards. And let me tell you, this lead's broken. I have another old olive, so I don't have to sharpen. Some people bring cards to a shoebox swap that take an hour to make. Well, we have a limited amount of time and wherever we are, maybe 2 or 3 hours. You can't make 10 cards that take an hour to make in that amount of time. So, if you're ever invited to a shoebox swap, make sure you get all the details. Make sure you understand that 10 people are going to make the same card out of your box. And then you want it to be relatively simple, but you still want it to be pretty. And above all, be nice. And put everything back in the box. Which is why I have my name on everything when I went. Because I was like, I don't want to lose my ink and all my things. My pencils. Anyway. Most people don't do it intentionally if they take something. They're just like, I don't know, do you teach a card class? Any of you teach a card class? I'm telling you what, I love my ladies that come to my card class. I'm telling you what, I can have 3 people at my class and I can put 4 stamp cleaners out there on the table. And inevitably, 16 times during card class, they're like, where's the stamp cleaner? There's 4 of them on the small table right in front of you. You should open, and they're purple. Well, they used to be purple. No, they're not purple anymore. But you should really be able to find them. People are funny. People are funny. Okay. Now we're going to color with the cherry cobbler right over the white. I color better with cherry cobbler than I do with old olive, apparently. Probably because I'm coloring in circles. Isn't that the way we're supposed to color? I think that's the way my mom colored. My mom always colored real pretty. She probably still colors really pretty when she's coloring with the great grandbabies now. Grandma Great. That's my mama. My mama is Grandma Great. Because she's a great grandma. Okay. Blender pen. The blender pen just makes it look like you knew what you were doing all along. It just kind of gives it that smooth finished look. Not the crayon in the hand of a 6-year-old look. I love the blender pen. Now the blender pen only works with, well, it does work with ink, I think. And it works, yeah, it does. Our regular ink, and it works with the watercolor pencils. It won't work with your Stampin' blends because those are alcohol based, okay? Has to be water based, whatever you're working with, okay? If you stamp an image in regular ink and then go over it with the blender pen, you can kind of soften it a little bit and blend it all together. That's a kind of cool look. You can do that with the, like the sunflower. Stamp it in a color and then just kind of mute it all together with the blender pen. It's really pretty. Okay, there's that. Now, to clean it, you just rub it until the green's gone, because now we're going to do red, okay? And the red will really pop with the blender pen. And then, clean that off. We're going to get the Wink of Stella, because every good card has some Wink of Stella on it. Oop! Careful! So, little tip, don't go from the red to the green with the Wink of Stella. Stay in your lane. Did you see that? It'll bleed. Don't do that. So we're probably picking up green, but that's okay. We can just wipe it off. No stress. I mean, if you want some green someplace else, go for it. I think Stella gives such a pretty look. So Christmassy. So Christmassy. Okay, so I'll get the green off. Now I'll touch these reds. Okay, there you go. Now, I'll get the red off of there before I start doing a white project. Okay, so we are going to stamp our sentiment, the Merry Christmas, still with the Christmas Gleaming stamp set. Merry Christmas. It's really pretty, and we're going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler. We're going to stamp it on Crumb Cake. I love using scraps. Let it dry a second. Just a second. Before I get my fingers all over it. Yeah, we're going to fussy cut it out. But it's okay. It's just a rectangle. Nothing we can't do. Okay, there's that. I need a dimensional or 2 or 3 to pop this up on here. Mary. I won't sing for you. You don't want me to. Red rhinestones. Do you not love the red rhinestones? How many red rhinestones do you get in a pack? 220 red rhinestones. That's a bunch. So you can put a bunch of rhinestones on your tag and not feel like you're using them all. I think I want to put 2 together someplace. Just because. Okay. So there's that. So now I am going to put it together with some ribbon. And I am going to use, I'm going to clean this stamp off before I stick my arm in it. Oh, I was going to show you all my, see, here's all my color pencils. They're all Stampin' Up. Like I said, some of them were in a kit. Not that one. Anyway, I have a bunch. There's a couple of the same ones too. But okay, so we're going to use, this is from all the Trimmings. All the Trimmings ribbon combo pack. It has this and then it has Real Red. But since we use cherry cobbler, so we're going to use that one, and then we're going to use this braided linen trim. And I think that the braided linen trim, I'm almost positive, it's part of the new Dandy Garden Dandelion Dragonfly something. It's not quite available yet, but we're going to use it anyway because it's pretty. It's not retired. It's just not available. Okay. So there's those. And then we're going to take this gold trim and we are going to add our bells. I'll give you a prize if you can figure out how to get me to use these guys. Give me some suggestions, because I have no idea. Okay, now I'm going to tie this, and I'm going to try to tie it right over that knot so it doesn't move. Wish me luck. Sometimes it would be a whole lot easier if I had a second pair of hands. Again, somebody's going to say, use the hemostats. Use them. I know. I have all sorts of things. I think I got it. Right on top of that. And then I'm just going to tie it in a knot so it'll stay put. And if I could get both ends to stay up there, I would keep it, but I don't think I can. They're going to go haywire, so I'm just going to trim them off. I'm talking to myself more than I'm talking to you about the ends of this ribbon. Okay, so there you go. There's our tag. Simple, quick, relatively painless. And jingly. Guess I can trim these ends. How's that? So, thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes. I think I'll be back tomorrow. We're doing on stage. I don't know when. I don't know when I'm gonna be back. I mean, it'll be tomorrow, but I don't know what time. We have on stage, and I mean, of course, I have to work. And then who knows? There will be a live video. It might be 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Who knows? I'll do one. I gotta take. Oh, and I have a class. I have my Compassion Club people coming over to do Compassion Club. Let me tell you about Compassion Club. I started it last year, and I sponsored children through Compassion International, which is a great organization. If you ever need to sponsor a child, just a little commercial for Compassion Club. Compassion International. We sponsor a child in Uganda, and so the ladies come over. It's a $30 class. They get $25 in product, and the other $5 of that goes to Compassion. So I pay to sponsor a child through Compassion. And so I make no profit off that class. Get a little bit of sales. That's good. But I always have to-go packets. So if you're ever interested in being a part of my Compassion Club, that's always an option. Just let me know. Send me an email or send me a message somehow. I'll mail you your package if that's what you want. So we make at least 4, sometimes more, exclusive projects. We will not make these projects anywhere else. So there you go. There's that. And we do it the first Friday of every month. Unless something crazy happens. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out with me. There's our cute little tag. Oh, look, confession. It's time to go get my nails done. Tomorrow, I'll get my nails done. Tomorrow's a busy day. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. See you tomorrow.